Well,
All
it's
right,
always.
and we're live.
Yeah, it's always weird. Look,
It is always weird.
I didn't even know what day it was. Like, I had to
Well,
double check. Is it Thursday? Is it Wednesday? It feels like something today.
it's just day. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just
everything is just
day.
day.
Uh-huh.
Oh, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Ragin to the vlogs. It is February 23rd, 2022, and we have an intro, but I have to scroll to find it. All right, here it is.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Your favorite podcast is Critical Plus.
Boom, and we are
Right.
back.
Yeah, so did you see, because I didn't stay, obviously I didn't stay for the whole thing, but RJ's auction yesterday for comics for kids. I mean, how much did he how much was ultimately raised? Do you remember?
I do not remember the exact amount. It was
Right.
right under 300, I believe.
Oh, there you go. You know, it's like
Yeah, it was
I was
It was a chunk of change for
Yeah.
the
I
amount of
was-
time it lasted.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised that I got the reaction for the Silvermane toys that I did. so it all worked out really well, and
Nobody wanted my shit, Daphne.
you know, it's a tough crowd. Next time we'll prep better for it.
Next time I'm bringing comics, because if I'd have known,
Right.
I would have gone through some long boxes.
Right. Yeah, we would have hyped it up a little bit more,
yeah,
you know, on
for
our
sure.
end, you know, to raise more money. But so we were part of a charity auction last night on Critical Blast, raising money for comics for kids, and I think we did pretty well, even though we came unprepared. We forgot to buy the wine. You know, we had to stop off at a gas station.
Hey, look, I may have forgotten the wine, Daphne, but I didn't stop at a gas. Well, the first stop was a gas station, but the second piece, that was a treasure. Y'all missed out last night.
Right. Yeah. So yeah. But it worked out really well. So congratulations to RJ for running that and raising some money for a good cause and getting comics into the hands of kids in hospitals. So there you go. You can check out the You can check out the I guess like the replay if you want. There's a link that I put on my Facebook page where I show the Silvermane toys that I auctioned off last night. And there's a link to the auction, you know, just so you could just see the replay and the nonsense that
I shared it to the business pages.
Oh,
too.
there you go. You know, so make sure to check out the replay for that. So okay. So good morning, brunch time, people at 11 a.m. I guess we should officially get the show started before we just start rambling incoherently as we usually do. So, hello, good morning, welcome. My name is Daphne Lage, and I am a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, so I think I kind of know what I'm talking about. And I am known for the funny animal fantasy Tall Tales, which I think I introduced it to a lot of people for the first time yesterday on the auction, so this is it. And I am also known for my medieval fantasy soap opera drama, because that's a mouthful, Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which the pre-launch page for the campaign is in the Show notes. Show notes. That's the word. Not the... Yeah, show notes. It's down there. Whatever it is down there, we're in the show notes. The campaign launches... Yeah, the campaign launches March 14th. And yeah, I'm up to 113 followers right now on the pre-launch page. So you can read both my comics online at Tall Tales, TILSonline.com, and egoworks.com, EGOWRKS. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics on YouTube. If you're watching this on Facebook or Twitter, you know, but we recommend you come over to YouTube, so, you know, to get the most out of everything. But you can check out my channel here also at YouTube at Daphne Lage, Lage Art.
All in the show notes.
All in the show notes. And who are you, Nita? For the people.
I'm Nita. Oh my god. Okay, so my name is Nita Lanning. I am a writer, vlogger, blogger from Southeast Louisiana. I am CEO of Ragin 2 Services and Promotions, as well as executive producer of the Ragin 2 Broadcast Network.
Oh, there you go.
Did I get it right this time?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I missed
eventually,
something.
well, eventually we'll get you to say it with more authority. You know, right now we're just trying to get you to say. We're trying to get
I thought
you
you
to
just
say
wanted me to not laugh.
Well, that's true. We're working on that, but then it's like, you know, we have to work on you sounding authoritative with your titles. You know,
my accent doesn't allow that.
We'll make them fear the accent, you know. It's like... So to answer a question in the chat from a Kyfern, yes, you can, if you go to egoworks.com or talltalesonline.com, you can head on over to my shop where you can pick up individual issues of Tall Tales, or the trades, or everything for that matter. So the books are available in my shop as we speak right now. I just don't remember if I put up volume 3 yet. I'm pretty sure I did, but I'm gonna double check that. I'm gonna double check that after the show. So, but Tall Tales is available on the website through the store. You know, so. Do we have any, do you have any housekeeping for today?
I have a couple of announcements.
Housekeeping.
Okay. So, there are several new shows coming. One is starting tomorrow, but I didn't get permission to talk about it yet.
Oh, no, but you can hint at it.
But he did announce it. But tune in tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for something awesome.
Eastern?
Yes.
9 a.m. Eastern.
All times on this channel when discussed publicly will be Eastern.
Right, or else I forget there's a show on.
Well, that's a good thing Meredith trained me for you, Daphne.
Right.
I've been running on Eastern for 18 months.
Yeah, because it's like, oh my god, it's like, because now it's like I could do a show and it's like, oh, wait, what time is it on my end? Is this at my zone? Then I gotta do the math. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nah, fuck it. I'm going to say it. Okay, so
Loughran
and Nicholas Tockert are getting together and they are starting a dynamic kind of breakfast-themed show.
Ooh, tomorrow morning.
And I love the name, okay? Nerd Bacon.
There you go. Tasty.
I was like... But I'm not gonna give away how they handle their platform and their format. So, right. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Oh, okay. So Mike said that Nicholas already promoted it. Oh, well,
good.
Right, so there we go. So we have a brand new show tomorrow on the Ragin Network with Luke Stone.
It will be streaming to Luke Stone Studios too.
There you go. So check that out tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. Was it Nerd Bacon?
Nerd Bacon.
Nerd Bacon.
Nerd Bacon. We have got to get Einstein saying Nerd Bacon. You gotta you gotta sit JD in the chair and just make him yell it.
You know, it's like, no, you see, because the thing, no, that's unfortunately, that's not how that works. It's usually the less you want him to say something, that's when he learns how to say it.
Well, he's about useless.
So
We
yeah,
can't
that's
even use him for advertisement.
no, not at all. Not at all. He is his own, no gods, no masters in that cage.
I have such admiration for him.
So, on my end, I just want to remind everybody of all the great projects, crowdfunders that we have in the show notes listed below. So don't forget to check out the long shots on Indiegogo. 7 creators, 9 titles, and 1 busted deal. Busted deal. Face the wheel.
Oh my gosh.
So don't forget to check that out. We also have Heirs of Isiodor. Jesus Christ.
Fuck it. I'm not doing it.
Right. Isiodor.
Matt Knowles and Steph Cannon's awesome ass steampunk shit.
Right, exactly. So he was on yesterday morning with us, telling us about the project, and so if you want to check the replay out on that and learn more about his book, his link is also in the show notes. We also have There's an Alien in My Toilet from Sam Vera. There's the fanfare. And let's see, he has 30 days to go. He is just so close to making goal on this, people. Get on it. It's like, this is,
It's Sam's baby, and it's freaking hilarious.
It's like, look, if you're the type that just enjoys, like sci-fi comedies and that you can actually share openly without having to worry about it, this is, help support this book. Like I said, he has 13 days to go and 56 backers. So, and then, of course, I'm repeating it again because I like talking about myself, is Ego Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn issues 1-4. Like I said, it goes live March 14th. And it's getting just closer and closer every day. And I even though I have everything printed and proofed and ready, I feel like I'm not ready for some reason. I don't know why. Then we have the Adventures of Wonder Duck by George Medina. That link is also in the show notes as well. That one launches in May. And don't forget Glynn in Monsterland from Kevin Philpott. And Life on Korra and Bubba Patrol, 3 more all ages books that you can enjoy as an adult and pass it on to the kids in your life who complain that nobody lets them read anything. So all these great campaigns are in the show notes, so you can check them out. And so on that note, it's like so it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. So
yeah, I know, right?
Well, I am not as impressed by Wednesday, but at least we kind of
Wednesdays don't wow me.
No, they don't. They don't. And you see, and that's the funny thing, because it's like, it's not like we have regular jobs. That's the funny thing. I always thought that the whole Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays and that whole thing, that it's like, that those only meant something because people were working,
9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
9 to 5s, yeah. And, and then their time cycles like that. But... Yeah, but for us, it's kind of the same thing. It's kind of like, Monday's a drag, Wednesday's a drag. Oh, it's Friday, we have a weekend. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Great punchline.
I'm going,
I'm so snagging that. That's going on our banner.
What is?
That's right. This show may be TVMADLSV, but our comics aren't all that bad.
No, not at all. Not at all. Although they might be. They might be. I don't know. There's a couple of scenes I drew out that is like.
But I think some of the ones we're promoting too.
Oh, what happened?
As long as Daphne isn't the artist.
Oh, okay.
And the writer.
Right. Yeah. Because
there's a chance.
Yeah. I mean, I have my my preferences, I guess. Like I mean, it's funny because it's like, like I'm one of the people who's like agrees that it's like, yeah, it's like in order for us to expand the independent scene, we need kids to come in and actually read comics and whatnot. But at the same time, I'm also saying it's not me. You know, so
Always the rebel.
yeah. So it's like, yes, I understand that this is an issue that needs to be solved, but don't look in my direction to solve it.
It's not my job, not my monkey, not my circus.
Yeah, and that's really the thing too, because it's like,
We'll entertain them in about 8 years.
right, yeah, exactly. Because it's like, I never, I don't know, I was never comfortable with the idea of people saying that it's like, oh, that, because they think, yes, that's kind of how it feels like, that somehow we're, I mean, in a certain sense, we are collectively responsible for this independent comics community, because it's like, it's kind of like, if everybody throws trash on the ground, it kind of wrecks things. You just ruin it for everybody, right? But at the same time, it's like, I just want to be able to do my own work. Like, I agree that there should be people doing certain different comics. Like, when people talk about it, there should be kids comics or more diverse comics or this, that, and the other thing. It's like, yes, I understand. It's not me. Don't look in my direction for that, though. Because in the end, it's like, what independent comics means to me is telling the story, my story, the way I want to tell it. Independently, exactly. That's the whole point. It's like, I don't have, as we were saying, it's like, we're not working standard 9-to-5s. I don't have a boss breathing down my neck. I don't have shareholders going and we need to double our quarterly, our quarterly income. I don't have that. We don't have a marketing department saying, hey, this seems to be hot with the TikTok kids. It's like, can we incorporate that in the book somehow?
Because like, your marketing department's gonna be like, fuck TikTok.
Right, yeah. It's like, my marketing department is like, what are you talking about? What is that? It's like, so and I think that's what makes the independent comics community so, like, so many people are so concerned about what two companies have to do that they forget about an entire swath of independent comics doing that already. And I don't know, sometimes I think there's a certain laziness to that thinking, where it's like, well, if Marvel and DC aren't doing it, it doesn't exist.
Right.
And it's like, wow, how absolutely spoon-fed do you have to be? Because that's what it just reeks for, it just reeks of for me. That it's like, unless it's like, it's just, they just want to be able to sit. Yeah, exactly. It's like, they just want to be able to sit.
We're here for.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, people just want to be able to sit in front of their TV and just have that pass in front of them without them doing anything. And it's like, and if that doesn't happen, then they act like it doesn't exist. And it's like, look, I'm sorry to tell you, independent, if you want to see things in comics, you have to go looking for it. Because independent comics is so, is so wide, and varied, that it's like, you can't tell me.
Morning, Jody.
Oh, good morning, Joe. Yeah, you can't tell me it doesn't exist.
Right.
It does exist. It's like, but if your criteria is that it doesn't exist until Marvel says it does, Marvel, Disney invented gay people or whatever the fuck is going on, out there, it's like, if that's your criteria, then we can't help you. Can't help you.
No.
I mean, so that's, I don't know. It's like what I was kind of going with that, but that's, I mean, it's like, I know, I get it, but it's like, don't look at me and then demand that my books be something that I'm not doing.
Right.
It's like, you want kids comics? We just put a list of people doing kids comics in the show notes. It's like, you want mature stuff, that's also in the show notes.
Right.
You want, it's like the long
You
shots.
want porn? Come back.
Right, yeah, we'll come back later. Come back later for that. No. It's like, and especially with the long shots campaign, it's like that campaign has something for everybody in that case. It's like it's 9 books. It's 9 different books. There is something in there literally for everybody. You like superheroes, that's in there. You like kids books, that's in there. You like furries, that's in there. It's like you like, you BPRD style, books, that's in there. It's like you don't need a big conglomerate, trying to cater to you at the most superficial level. It's like there are creators out there who are doing the work that you want to see, that you're desperate to see, but except we're doing it with that passion of wanting to tell this story. So yeah. Yeah, independence, we got you covered. We really do.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. So yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like, if you, yeah, so it's like so we have something for everybody. Independent comics has something for everybody. But like I said, if your whole thing is just wanting to be spoon-fed gray paste by $1 billion corporation and telling you that it's, I don't know, that it's gourmet, we can't, like I said, we can't help you. Okay, there you go.
Easy, George.
Bye, George. See, he has to go to his 9 to 5.
I am not jealous.
Yeah, well, no, not at all. I mean, the steady paycheck, maybe.
I do miss the steady paycheck.
Yeah, the steady paycheck, maybe.
But the good paycheck wasn't a 9 to 5 anyway. It was
right.
the stage work. So
right. Oh, so there you go. Yeah. So, so yeah. So that's, I don't know. It's like I kind of don't know what got me thinking that, but that's kind of what was on my mind.
Your brain is beautiful.
My brain is tired. It's Wednesday.
Mine too. I haven't slept in 72 hours.
Yeah, so yeah, so it's all in the show notes. So all of these campaigns are in the show notes.
Let me see if I can do this without fucking up our stream.
Oh no, what are you trying to do?
I wanted to show another bump, but it's not in our room.
Oh,
in our brand.
Oh,
so,
I think you might have to.
So we might freak y'all out a bit. Wow. Yo, you look. Oh my God, we're on another show, Daphne.
Oh no. We're teleporting.
I want to show you guys Stone and C's little intro.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's another show. When does their show start?
Dispatches from Outside the Box starts Tuesday, March 1st at 9 p.m. Eastern.
There you go. So,
here we go.
In the spaces, things exist. In the lines that form the network of your mind. Behind the retinas of imagination are the particles and peripherals that made you who you are. Turn off, shut your eyes, and listen to dispatches from outside the box.
Wow, that was dramatic.
I know, wow. I love it. And that's going to be C. Michael Lanning, Stone Abdullah, and Mr. Randy Zimmerman.
Ooh. Hot.
All right, let's go home, Daphne.
Yeah, okay.
Where we at? All right,
yeah, that's true. Oh, there we go. Ooh.
That was an adjustment.
Right, yeah, we were sneaking in somebody's room, just right there. Yes, if you want to bespoke artisanal comics, look
Facebook
at,
user, identify yourself.
Yeah, it's like really, it's like as much as we we have a love-hate relationship with Facebook and Twitter,
we are
really
weaning ourselves away from them.
Yeah, we would really appreciate it if you kind of jump on over to YouTube where you can experience this in all its full glory.
Right, and get notifications for all the shows.
That's true. Yes, and
every
and
time one of our shows goes live, you'll be notified if you hit that little bell when you subscribe.
Right, and especially with all these new shows that are coming up, you know, it's like, you know, you want to subscribe and be notified on our YouTube channel, Ragin 2.
It's crazy because one thing Meredith always told me is, well, for one, she told me the moment the opportunity's there, you jump.
Yeah.
It's all in. And then she said, you know, you hit it when you land and you're snowballing, and it's just gonna be, and that's exactly what happened yesterday.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's a lot. A lot's been happening in the past couple of days. That's for sure.
And I'm stoked.
Right. Yeah. So,
it's sad. It's bittersweet.
Right. Yeah. So, you know, just to give everybody a heads up, because I do have something that I want to talk about, but in about like 4 or 5 minutes, I guess actually it times correctly. So when you hit the half hour bumps, I just have to step out really quick. So hopefully it won't be too. Yeah, it won't be too awkward, but I should be back just as quickly. So
I can talk to some of these guys. They're okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they're all right.
Right. So make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell, because it's like starting March, there's going to be even more going on the channel than just us. Our interviews start back up on the 4th.
I believe I'd have to
4th.
Don't hold us. They start the first Friday in March. Whatever date that is.
Well, our interviews, the Ragin interviews, starts Friday the 4th with Willow Schuyler. So that's ours. So yeah, like I said, March.
My calendar's blank. I just cleaned it. Now I have to fill it out.
Start.
It was like, okay, it's time to clean it and start, because it's snowballing. It's like, whoop, this shit.
So there's a lot. There's going to be a lot going on, and that's I guess
we've
that's
got some great people too.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I guess you guys can get your rants where you can get them. You know, although with this next article that I want to read, there might be a couple of more, or at least some definitely some snarky side.
Hey, let me poke the trash panda.
Oh, okay. What happened? Oh.
So last night I referred to you as one of your least favorite things.
Well, you know, hey, it was for a good cause, though. Was it?
I don't know.
We're thinking of different things, obviously.
We must be. Did I offend you last night live?
Absolutely not.
Okay,
absolutely not.
I was like, tell me this shit. Oh my god. No. C and I were talking, and I'm not gonna get into what you and I had said earlier that made me say this, but it was like, yeah, that bitch is a strong female character.
Oh, right. Yeah, we were having a conversation.
He was threatening to like snitch, so I was like,
right, yeah, no, yeah. If we can save that for another time, because it's like, if you definitely wanted to start a rant, is
yes, sir. We have Mr. Randy Zimmerman coming on.
Mm-hmm.
March 1st he'll be on Dispatches with C and Stone, and there's some other stuff coming, so stay tuned.
You know, it'd be Joe. You know, it's like I would have to I would have to quote I can't believe I forgot his name. So MegaCon, there was a wrestler. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot. It's like he was like on the tip of my tongue for a split second. That's how. This is too early in the morning for me. That's
Daphne. It's almost afternoon for you.
Well, you know, hey, some mornings are rougher than others.
We can go evenings if you want.
You know, no. That's even worse. Yes, exactly. Well, the moral of the story is that I was told it's like, I'm not famous, just more people know me than you. That's all. You know, so you know, it's like, and I think I read somewhere like a master is just someone who's done it longer than you have. You know, so there's hope for everybody. So, you know, Um,
Oh, good morning, Ted. Didn't
Good
even see you popping
morning.
in.
Good morning. So yes, so we got so we're just hitting the 30-minute mark. So like I said, I'm just gonna dip really quick. Nita's gonna play some bumps
We'll play
and
with my lady bumps.
talk to you guys for a bit, and I'll be right back, and then we could talk about this Forbes article when I
Peace,
get back.
Lage.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right. And so here we go.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. And I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Jody, I love you, man, but that's some smooth talking there. Oh, here come my boys.
It's Monty Moore. I'm a 30-year comics veteran in comics, games, and movies, and you've been watching one of my absolute favorite podcasts, Catch the Craze.
You are watching Catch the Craze.
What am I listening to?
And you're listening to Catch the Craze.
Where are all the indies at?
A Catch the Craze podcast. What are you watching?
I'm watching Catch the Craze.
What are you going to do?
Subscribe now to Catch the Craze, the #1 show online for independent.
Have you subscribed to?
You are an independent. Catch the Craze! Making moves on your own. Catch the Craze! On your grind in the streets. Catch the Craze! Join the movement. Catch the Craze!
All right, and I have one more bump from you guys. I'm gonna show you Legend of the Traveling TARDIS from Mr. Christian Basil.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
And let me get rid of this card here. Oh my God, she's gonna make me have to talk to you guys. All right. Oh, hey, dude. What's up, Sam? All right. Where did you guys leave out? All right. So, yeah. I said earlier that you were famous. Even with the adult section, I missed those works. You should bring them back. Oh, they're coming. Let's see. What you guys got going on? Much love, dude. And Mike Jimmy's still got no idea where I'm heading, but this train is running fast. And yes! Holy crap, dude. Last night it was like full steam ahead. Oh my gosh. Feel that. Choo choo choo. Great voice. Radio host for sexy voice. All right, so what am I going to talk about, gentlemen? Help me out here because Daphne is giving me abandonment issues. And see, Meredith out of bounced. Oh, yes, they are absolutely. She is. Oh, wait, I don't know what I'm supposed to. Fuck, I don't know if I can even talk about it yet. Do we talk about it live yet, Mike Jimmy? Yes, dude. It is validating. Like, I feel like the hard work that Meredith and I put into the last 18 months after so much shit is finally paying off and for us. And that's why it's bittersweet, because she died just 1 month before she saw her vision get off the ground. Just 1 month. So it's like, yeah, I'm excited and it's disheartening. It hurts. All right.
Well,
this bitch is back.
Yeah.
I do not feel safe with you anymore, Daphne.
Why? What happened?
You left me with these people.
Oh no.
They asked me uncomfortable questions, and I couldn't remember if you talked about, the other thing on the air or if that was just in the background.
Well, what other thing? Well,
other work. Here we go.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. Yes. No, I think we talked about it
live
on the air. I think we talked about that.
Awesome. Because I was like, because if not, I just
so we were.
ruined some shit for you.
I could have sworn
you can't leave me like that.
Well, it's like I had to, wave the men's goodbye as they went to the mines. It's like.
Oh, speaking of mines, your man's gonna be bugging the shit out of me if I don't take care of that.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. Don't forget to mind your pie. So yes, no, we were discussing putting together a deluxe book for House of Bob. The way I want to do it, I still need to make new artwork for it. So it's gonna take a little bit for me to do. So I'm looking at maybe like seriously putting it together next year, because like I said, it requires a lot. It requires around 70 something new pieces of artwork.
Talk about the cool part.
Oh well, yes, it's I'm looking at doing a deluxe hardcover collection.
It's gonna be awesome.
Of the entire of my entire, I guess, like House of Bob, pinup collection. And it's not only that, but I'm looking at like getting like black end papers with a red ribbon, bookmark. I'm still playing around with the idea, with ideas on what I want this book to look like. And one of the things that I would like to see if it was possible to do, but it depends on like how, I guess like how interested people are, is to do a dust jacket. So the dust jacket would have like the regular cover on it, and then when you remove the dust jacket, the actual cover is kind of like the nude version, so it's like you're kind of like
stripping it.
Yeah, so
you better bring it tip.
It's right, exactly. So it'll be funny if like like get like those fake dollar bills and just randomly put them in the book.
Those should totally be. No, dude, you need fucking stripper tips for fucking stretch goals.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Fucking wrinkled up, nut covered fucking dollar bill or some shit. Like crumply. So
it's like
off the ground.
So there's a lot of like, I really want this book to be like a deluxe edition, like really something
bookmark. Talk about the bookmark.
That's gonna have the satin ribbon, it's like if I could do like a whole bunch of things for this,
it's gonna be
it depends, like I said, we're still working out details, but yes. So there was this article on Forbes that it seems that Forbes had hired a 12-year-old to interview Richard and Wendy PINI of ElfQuest fame. And the reason why this article caught my attention is because it's talking about the 9 rules of storytelling with ElfQuest. Now, I would have linked the article, but the thing is, though, Forbes is a hot mess.
You have to be careful with.
Yeah, Forbes is a hot mess.
Forbes and the New Yorker.
Yeah,
and
because it's like they want you to turn off your ad blocker to read the article, and then once you turn off your ad blocker, like your screen's like this, and then once you turn off the ad blocker, the article is like over here. And everything else is just advertising.
And then you scroll down for like 30, you get into the goods, and then a lot of times they want you to, now you got to pay for it if you're going to read anything else.
Right, yeah. So that's why I'm not, I mean, if you want to take your chance reading this, because I'm going to be like talking about an amended version of this article. No. I know.
Yeah, looking for the artist. All right.
There was a time, I think it was after Kings of the Broken Wheel, where they started to do, like, I think, like, Wendy started to do her color book, The Hidden Years, and then they were doing, like, this side thing where they were getting all these different artists to, I guess, continue other side stories and whatnot. And yeah, and it was like they were just hiring like any schmuck off the street. Like I can't even blame it on DeviantArt this time. Like that's I don't think like DeviantArt was a thing back then. You know, like it was just really, really horrible. And like it was just like I've seen better fan art, you know, and it was just like it was one of those moments where I realized that there does come a point where it's the combination of the story and the writing that attracts you to a comic, and once one of those gets cut off, it's like the interest just completely disappears.
Yeah, it's all downhill from there.
Yeah, you know, so it's like, so in this case, they got all these horrible artists, and I was like, you know, I'm really not that interested in this story by itself to tolerate this lower quality of artwork. I mean, because it's like, look, you start off with Wendy PINI's artwork and you're spoiled for life. You know, I mean, it's like, you know, yeah, it's like you start off with that and it's like you can't, they can't jump
Nothing
to
will impress you beyond that point.
Yeah, they can't jump to Barry Blair and expect the same enthusiasm. No. You know, I mean, it's like you can't, you know, you can't. You know, but that's a whole other, you know, that's a whole other thing. So here we have the 9 rules of storytelling. Now the thing is, though, do you guys need me to explain ElfQuest? Because they have like this whole thing, you know. I mean, you guys know who Richard and Wendy PINI is. You guys know what ElfQuest is. I mean, it's like so many artists, me included. You know, it's like our careers are on that foundation. You know, me particular was ElfQuest and Rocket Raccoon. You know, so it's like everything. I mean, again, when we were talking about greasy fingerprints all over everything, this is part of it.
That's awesome.
You know, I don't think I need to like bore everybody with the introduction. You know, where they're talking about, you know,
it started off as the shit,
right?
It became shit.
Right. Well,
not complete shit. But
right.
Like,
no, but then it's like, and then they got really weird at the end.
Yeah.
But okay, just for people who don't know, just in case, I'm just going to read the first paragraph introducing it. It's like, so how does a fantasy world of elves and creatures tell novel stories? Now, the only problem is that I don't know with the context of the word novel. I don't know whether they mean writing like a novel or writing novel as in new ideas. So, one of the most provocative and original stories in fantasy lies in the world of ElfQuest. For many, including fantasy writers and creatives today, this series was the first truly magical quest into how great story and art can transport a reader into a novel world. Again, not really sure about the context of the word novel, but they are correct in that. In either one. ElfQuest is the ongoing epic fantasy graphic novel series created in 1978 by Wendy and Richard PINI. It tells the adventures of Elfin Chief Cutter and the Wolf Riders, a tribe of feral forest-dwelling elves allied with wolves as they seek to find their true place in a dangerous world. You know, so that's the long and the short of it. And I really, really love the word feral. I really do. That's a really good word.
Like one of my favorite words.
Yeah. So it's like, so pretty much it talks about the rest of their career, how they have like a shit ton of stuff coming out. They just recently did a Kickstarter for ElfQuest, the audio movie, which is kind of like an enhanced audiobook. You know, like they've been trying for decades to get a movie done, and ElfQuest, I guess, is considered one of these things that's unfilmable. So they just gave up on that and went with an audio movie instead. So they just recently did a Kickstarter for that, and they're just finishing up the recent storyline Stargazer's Hunt out of Dark Horse Comics. And and I have to admit they did some shit in this series that for as long as I've been out of the loop, I was actually surprised they did. I actually have I go more into detail on it on one of my previous live streams, where I'm like going, what the F were they thinking? But you know what? That's part of the conversation. So the whole thing is that Let's see. So the community and fandom around ElfQuest remains deeply active, with generations of parents and children also learning story and craft from the property. Here are 9 rules of storytelling from the ElfQuest creators, Wendy and Richard PINI. And mind you, just to give you an idea of why I say a 12-year-old wrote this, because I'm reading this and formatting the sentences the way it should sound, not how it's written.
You should have totally done this on a share screen. You should have had the article.
No. You see, that's the thing. There's so many ads on the screen. I couldn't have done it. That's the thing. That's why I'm not sharing the screen, because, like I said, Forbes is a hot mess. So number 1. So let's see if everybody in the chat agrees with these 9 rules of storytelling. Okay, so the first one, which I think is one that it's the first thing that we all learn. The first thing that we all learn doing comics is show, don't tell. Unless, of course, you are from the Chris Claremont school, and then it's all repeat everything that's in the picture, which you don't want to do.
Mansplain this. Mansplain it.
So it says here, functionally, this equals less is more. In all forms of storytelling, oral or written down through the ages, those spinning the tale choose how many words to give to each character. The raconteur, they're using big words, decides what this player speaks out loud and what the player is thinking, which the storyteller then relays to the audience. In the medium of comics, however, there is the plentiful added dimension of the pictures that go hand in hand with the words, and a picture can be worth, well, you know the rest. I mean, I don't think for this one we have to go into that much detail, because that's literally the first thing that we learn.
Yeah.
We're doing comics.
That's common knowledge.
Yeah, we're doing comics.
I thought they were going to educate us.
You know, it's like we're combining the, words with the pictures, and they both have to work at the same time. My pet peeve is people like, oh, well, the writing's good. Or it's like, or the artwork is good. And the writing in this is, like, the grammar in this is horrible. I just have to say again. I mean, whoever this Goldie Chan is, she needs an editor. So it's like, everything has to work together on the page. There is no, well, the writing's good, the story, the artwork's good. That actually, it's like, look, it's like the good artwork is an expectation. It should not be a surprise.
Right.
And it should work with the writing. So there is no one or the other. If you're kind of, it's like it has to work together, or you're not taking full advantage of the medium. That's pretty much my take on that. You got anything to say on that, Nita?
I'm just going with you, Lage. That's awesome.
Okay. Well, pretty much you said that's like everybody knows that part.
That's kind of like that's the first thing you hear from everyone.
Right. Okay. So the second one, though, might not be as obvious. This one might not be. So number 2 is know when to shut up. Again, if you're working with the Chris Claremont school, you don't know how to do that. Although this may seem... Yeah, I know. It's like, although this may seem on the surface similar to the previous rule, it actually applies to the art as separate from the words in bubbles. When it comes to making decisions about what to put in a scene, how much or how little artwork to place into a panel or a page, there is a fine line between just enough to too much. If rule number 1 is about the power of silence, using an image instead of words, then this rule is about the power of the economy in the artwork. And this was something I had to learn the hard way. But also the thing is, too, the way they're wording this was not quite what I was expecting. Because what I get out of this, it's like the 9, okay, we're talking about the 9 rules of storytelling with ElfQuest.
Hey, Phil.
Yeah.
What up, man? Long time no see.
So the way I interpret this is that just, I guess like I interpret this two ways. It's like, know when to have your artwork to speak for you, and know when you don't need text to fill in every piece of space, right. Every piece of real estate on the artwork. You know, it's like, really, it's like, because again, it's like, you know, you don't need to have, if you're telling your story correctly, there are moments, like, Will Eisner would talk about this, that there are beats in your artwork, that there are beats in your story. And like, sometimes there are quiet beats that you just have to let the artwork flow through that time, as opposed to like explaining everything. Well, I have to have a caption here or a caption there or a caption there, you know, or something, or everyone has to be talking this entire time when really all you need is silence, you know. I mean, that's how I interpret this whole thing. Know when to shut up. I think that, but the way that they're also talking about it too is the economy of line, that it's like, know when to not overwork your artwork. We were talking about that yesterday, about people who render every line for a panel people are going to look at for 30 seconds.
Right.
You know, and it's like there has to be a certain clarity of.
And for you writers out there, that's the version of talking about walking across the grass and describing the goddamn grass. We know what fucking grass is. We don't need a description.
Right, exactly. Actually, it's like, this is kind of like the artistic version of purple prose. You know, it's like the whole thing about, you know, it's like show, don't tell, is it doesn't mean that we're explaining things you know already. You know what a chair looks like. You know what the grass is like. So we don't need to draw every blade of grass. We don't need to explain how green the grass is. You know? So it's like, you know, if it's something unusual,
then
you should bring attention to it with detail. But outside of that, you kind of need to rein yourself in as to how much you want to inundate your reader with, you know. So that's how I'm interpreting that part. So okay, so 3. This one is kind of a pet peeve of mine, because I see too many people not do this, and especially when they're doing like an action adventure scene, and I see it way too much on you know, online. 3, move the camera. Move the camera. Just because you're drawing on paper doesn't mean everything has to be straightforward. You know, it's like, you are the director here. Medium shots are fine to establish a scene. But if that's all you use, the work is going to be boring. You have the power and freedom to shoot from any angle. Long shot, close up, bird's eye, worm's eye, the whole thing. Use those tools. If, for example, you have a flying character, it would almost be criminal to not take the camera along with them and show the action from their point of view. You know, so it's like, so move the camera. I've seen way too many fight scenes where it's all just the same thing, you know, just the same position, like you're watching a fight from a distance. That's not exciting. You know, watch some Ridley Scott movies. You know, it's like, you know, it's like, you know, it's like, especially now, you know, watch some Jason Bourne. You know, it's like, you know, Jesus, any John Wick movie will do. It's like, see how they move the camera. You know, just because, and even then, just because you're at a distance doesn't mean the composition can't be interesting.
Right.
You know, but move that camera. You know,
damn straight, Mike.
Yeah, exactly. No, and there are people who draw fight scenes like that, and it's like, what are you doing?
Yes.
You know, it's like, yeah. I mean, but again, it's like, know your limitation as to not going too far. Hello, you know, because look, there's, it's always about finding that middle ground that works to enhance your story, to move your story along. Because if it's also one thing that I learned, especially from the Image days, is that what we thought were dynamic panel designs was useless for storytelling. Okay, so you have to be careful with that too. Dopey panel designs does not mean you're telling a good story. You still, your panels still have to work with each other to tell your story. So, so it's like you have to learn how to not go overboard with that. So, number 4, animations are your friends. Now, this one I'm willing to give people a lot of leeway on, because this is hard to do. And if you don't do it right, it looks weird. But, so an animation in comics is a sequence of panels that reveals or illustrates a moment of action or interaction. Let's see. ElfQuest uses them more than most because Wendy's cartooning techniques is highly influenced by American cartoons and Japanese anime. If done correctly, the reader can actually see the motion of the animation in their own mind. Wendy thinks of almost every panel she draws as an animation in between, capturing a sense of both what has gone before and what will immediately follow. But like I said, if you don't do this right, it doesn't look right. So if you don't feel comfortable in doing something like this, that's fine. It's like there are still other ways, to kind of like imitate movement without having to go through an entire animated sequence. But if you can do that, it's really interesting. I've done experiments with that. The one that really stands out for me is there's a scene that Frank Miller did, and I think in Elektra, in one of the, I don't remember if it was like Elektra Returns or something, where it's Matt Murdock walking down the stairs. And that's all it is. It's a very simple scene. And it's the full staircase, but he animates Matt walking down the stairs. And it's, it's the same, and it's like one panel, but he just has multiple, he's just showing this movement. And I was so fascinated by that scene, I actually swiped it for one of the Tall Tales issues. Like, I had to use a variation of that. It's like, so yeah, so it's like if you can't do that, that's fine. I don't think it's completely necessary, but just remember that when you're telling your story and linking your panels, there should still be some sense of movement between the panels, because you still want the reader's eye to follow something, and especially to follow it in the direction you want them to read it in. So.
Can we go off topic for just a second?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, so right here, hi ladies, have a good show. Chance CGB Dingle. This is Meredith's brother Claude, and just in case he's still in the chat, I wanted to address him really quickly, because while we were in Florida, we had talked about the network and what Meredith's plans were to grow it, and at the time, I told him that it was a very slow roll. Dude, I have never been more wrong about something in my life. Meredith's vision starts tomorrow and really launches March 1st. Like, it took off quick. So, yeah, your sister is an amazing woman, and she set everything up, and she is very loved and very missed. And thank you for tuning in. All right, go Daph.
Well, I didn't realize that we're already almost at the top of the hour. And you know what? It's like, I think, because we still have half the article to still go.
These guys are going to hate me if me cutting you off stops it.
Oh, no, not at all.
Look, they're going to blame me.
No, because what happens is that we still, I think I might have like another half hour worth of material here. So why don't we do this as a part 1, and we'll pick up tomorrow as a part 2, because then everybody has to come back and listen to the second half.
If you want to come to the exciting conclusion,
you should, right,
of how the fuck to write by the experts,
right? Yeah. So we'll. So what I'll do is I'll put a pin in this, and we'll follow it up tomorrow.
Hello, Carl. Thank you.
With 5 through 9. So we just talked about the first 4 rules. So which is, where is my thing? So remember, 1, show don't tell. 2, know when to shut up. 3, move the camera. And 4, animations are your friend. So, and then tomorrow we'll pick up on issue 5 so that we're not spending all day on, because I still have things to do. So meet us back here again tomorrow at 11 a.m. and we will continue this discussion on what may or may not make good storytelling in comics.
Tune in tomorrow morning too, at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, same bat time, same bat channel. So on that note, I just want to thank everybody in the chat for joining us. This one, we're just trying something. Every episode, we're trying something different to see what works. So,
it all works.
Bear with us.
No, I never want them to know what to expect.
So thank you everybody. Thank you everybody in the chat for conversing and whatnot and chiming in with what I was reading. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm seeing that we have 10 viewers right now. Thank you again. Like we said before, head on over to our YouTube channel at Ragin 2 and subscribe. Press that notification bell so you get notified every time we go live. We have a lot of shows coming up, a lot of shows starting. Pretty much it's like you ain't seen
y'all gonna turn
yet.
Around and be like, what just happened over there?
Yeah, exactly.
And nobody saw it coming.
Yeah,
not even the people doing it.
Yeah,
it's
we were surprised.
Insane.
Yeah, we were surprised at how this was building up quickly. So I just want to thank everybody for supporting us this far, and I hope you continue to support us and watch us, and like I said, subscribe and help grow the channels, help grow our channels, because this is also being broadcast on my channel at Daphne Lage Art, on Ragin 2. And yeah, so
y'all just get out of here and go over to YouTube and have like a big old love fest of liking subs.
Oh yeah,
just
absolutely.
Touch everybody, just
absolutely.
Touch them. And don't hit the fucking bell if you don't want the notifications. But show some love to some struggling content creators. Help them help you.
Right, definitely. And as always, if you have a campaign that's coming up that you want us to talk about and put in the show notes, or if you even have a bump. Well, depends.
That gets to become a lot real quick.
Well, that's true.
Everybody will be emailing me.
Right.
If you are a regular in our chat and you have a project coming up, feel free to message me because I will show favoritism to you.
Right. There you go. Okay. So, but you know what? If contact Nita anyway, and she'll see what she can do for you.
Yeah, I might catch you.
Right. So there you go. So where can the people find you, Nita?
Jesus Christ. Why are you doing this to me, Daphne?
Because we're trying to figure out how we should end these things.
Okay. So you can find me on Twitter as @C_chaos247. You can find me on Instagram as C_chaos247. You can find me on Facebook as Nita Lanning. And yeah, that's and you could hit my DMs if you're interested in pornographic poetry, because I'm not sharing that online right now.
Well, there you go.
But Twisted Angel is if you go over to her account.
Well, there you go.
She's reading some of it.
Like I said, you can find everything for everybody in the indie creative circles. So you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWRKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, but I mostly hang out on Facebook. And if you also want to check out more videos like this, and whenever I finally get my shit together and put up actual edited videos, which I have too many of them in the middle of that I have to finish, you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel at YouTube at Daphne Lage, Lage Art.
And that is in the show notes.
Everything's in the show notes. So thank you again. And remember to keep your head down, do the work, eat your food, moisturize, but definitely do the work, because when you actually do the work, you never have to fake your accomplishments. So we'll see you tomorrow with part 2 of this thing.
this shit show.
Yeah.
In the meantime, you guys keep your head down, stay productive, and hit the button.
Yes.
Hi everyone, Daphne Lage here. Join Nita, Lanning, and me on the Ragin to the Vlogs show, where we talk about everything, nothing, and all the bits in between. Looking for hour-long conversations about indie comics, social media marketing, and crowdfunding, with the occasional rant and story time? Head on over to the Ragin 2 channel on YouTube, Mondays through Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern to join in the chat.
Hit the button